Welcome to A More Excellent You. In the previous video, we explored something important. 5 things identity is not. We saw that identity is not your job, it's not your achievements, it's not your roles, it's not your past, and it is definitely not other people's labels. All these things can change. But identity is supposed to be something deeper and more stable. So the natural question would be, what actually is identity? In this video, we're going to explore 5 things that identity really is, and why understanding this can transform how you interpret success, failure, and growth. So let's go. Number 1, identity is your core self-definition. It is the answer you give to the question, who am I? Identity begins with how you define yourself. It is your internal answer to that question. It's not your job, it's not your achievements, it's not your roles, but the deeper way you define yourself as a person. For example, 2 people may work as teachers. One defines themselves as someone who helps other people grow. Another defines themselves as someone who is just doing a job to make a living. The same role, different identity. Identity begins with how you define yourself internally. Number 2, identity is your self-concept. It is the overall picture you have about yourself. Identity also includes your self-concept, which is the mental picture you have about yourself, and this includes your values, this includes your character, your strength, the type of person you believe you are. For example, we can have 2 students preparing for an exam, and they may see themselves very differently. One could think, I am the kind of person who sticks to something, who figures out something if I keep trying. The other person might think, I'm not just naturally smart, and maybe this is not for me. That overall mental picture, the way you see yourself, forms part of your identity. Number 3, identity is the beliefs you hold about yourself. These are the building blocks of self-concept. Identity is built from the specific beliefs you accept or you have about yourself. These beliefs shape how you interpret challenges, how you interpret opportunities and growth. So earlier we talked about self-concept, which is the overall mental picture you have of yourself. But these beliefs we are talking about here are the individual ideas that make up that overall mental picture. So in other words, self-concept is the overall image you have of yourself, while self-beliefs are the smaller beliefs that form that image. For example, someone who believes, I am a person who can learn new things, will approach difficult tasks with persistence, leading to a self-concept of resilience. But someone who believes, I'm not just good at learning new things, will likely give up quickly. These beliefs become part of our identity because they shape our behavior and our expectations. Number 4, identity is the personal narrative you carry about your life. It is a story you believe about yourself. Human beings naturally understand their lives through stories. Identity, therefore, includes the narrative you construct about who you are and what your experiences mean. For example, two people may experience failure in a new business venture. One person says, "This failure is part of my learning journey." Another person says, "This proves that this is not meant for me." The event is the same, but the stories are different. And the story a person repeatedly tells themselves eventually becomes a part of their identity. So, number 5, identity is the lens through which you interpret life's experiences. It is the lens through which you interpret what you go through. It influences how you understand feedback, how you understand failure, how you understand success and opportunities. So, for example, imagine two people receive a feedback from their manager, and one thinks, "This feedback will help me improve." And another thinks, "This feedback is a proof that I'm not good enough." Same feedback, different interpretations. The difference is identity. Identity determines how people assign meaning to what they go through, to what happens in their lives. Identity is deeper than your job or your achievements. Identity is your core self-definition, your mental picture about yourself, the self-beliefs you hold about your abilities and character, the story you tell yourself about you and about your life, the lens through which you interpret your experiences. When identity is clear, life becomes clearer, because the question that you begin to ask yourself, the question that guides your growth, would then become, what kind of person am I becoming? And that question changes how you live your life. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share and subscribe. Till next time, bye for now.